My fiancé said, "I'm not ready to marry you yet. I want to date other people first." I said, "Understood." I canceled the venue, got a refund on the ring, and blocked her. When she came back ready a month later, I was already gone. I, 31 male, was supposed to get married in 4 months. Had the venue booked, invitations ordered, honeymoon planned. My fiancé, 29, and I had been together for 3 years, engaged for 8 months. Everything seemed fine until last Tuesday. We were having dinner at her place when she hit me with it. "I need to talk to you about something," she said, pushing her pasta around the plate. "I've been thinking a lot lately." My stomach dropped. Nothing good ever starts with, "I've been thinking." "I love you. I really do. But I'm not ready to marry you yet." I put my fork down. "What do you mean?" "I mean, I've only ever been with you and one guy in college. I need to know if this is really what I want. If you're really the one." "We're engaged," I said slowly. "We've been planning a wedding." "I know, and that's why I need to figure this out now before we're legally tied together. I want to date other people first, just for a few months. See what else is out there." I stared at her. "You want to sleep with other guys, and then decide if you want to marry me. Don't make it sound so crude. I just need to explore my options. You're the only serious relationship I've had as an adult. What if I marry you and always wonder what I missed? So break up with me." "No, I don't want to break up. I just want a break. A pause. We can still be engaged, just not exclusive for a bit." The audacity was breathtaking. She wanted me to wait around while she tested other options, then come back and marry me if nothing better came along. "Let me get this straight," I said calmly. "You want an open relationship for a few months. I'm supposed to wait while you date around. Then if you decide I'm good enough, we get married? It's not like that. You can date too if you want. It's only fair." "I don't want to date other people. I chose you. That's what engagement means." She got defensive. "Why are you being so closed-minded? Lots of couples do this. It's healthy to explore before making a lifetime commitment." My therapist even said, "Your therapist knows about this?" I've been talking to her about my concerns for a few weeks. She suggested I be honest about my needs. Few weeks. She'd been planning this. "Okay," I said. "I understand." She blinked. "You do?" "Yeah. You're not ready to marry me. You want to see what else is out there. That's clear." "So you're okay with it?" "I didn't say that. I said I understand. Thanks for being honest." I stood up, grabbed my jacket. "Where are you going?" "Home. Need to think." "But we're not done talking." "Actually, we are. You made your position clear. Now I need to figure out mine." Drove home in a daze. Got to my apartment around 9 p.m. and just sat on the couch staring at the wall for maybe an hour. Then something clicked. Clarity hit. She didn't want to marry me. She wanted a safety net while she shopped around. And if I agreed to this, I'd be telling her that was okay. That I'd accept being her backup plan. Screw that. Started making calls. First the venue. Explained the situation. Wedding was off, needed to cancel. Lost the $2,000 deposit, but avoided the $15,000 balance. The coordinator was sympathetic, said it happens more than people think. Then the jeweler. Had the receipt, ring was in perfect condition. They agreed to take it back for 85% refund. Lost $750 on a $5,000 ring, but got $4,250 back. Could live with that. Caterer, another $1,500 deposit gone, but saved $8,000. Photographer, $500 deposit lost, saved $3,000. By midnight, I'd canceled everything. Lost about $4,200 total in deposits, but saved roughly $26,000 in upcoming payments. Honestly worth it. Blocked her number, blocked her on Instagram, Facebook, everything. Changed my locks, she had a key. Emailed my family and close friends. Wedding's off. She wanted to date other people first. I'm handling it, need some space. Slept better that night than I had in weeks. Update 1. 1 week later, she tried calling 23 times the morning after our dinner. When blocking stopped working, she started using other numbers. I didn't answer any of them. Her best friend showed up at my apartment on Thursday evening. Let's call her the messenger. We need to talk about my friend, the messenger said when I opened the door. No, we don't. She's devastated. You blocked her. She can't reach you. That was intentional. Don't you think you're overreacting? She was just being honest about her feelings. You're punishing her for being vulnerable. This narrative was interesting. I was the bad guy for not playing along. She told me she wanted to date other men before marrying me. I canceled the wedding and moved on. That's not punishment, that's consequence. She didn't mean it like that. She was just scared. Pre-wedding jitters. Then she should have said, I'm having cold feet, not, I want to see what other dicks are out there. The messenger flinched. You're being cruel. Am I? Or am I just not being a doormat? She loves you. She made a mistake bringing it up wrong. Just talk to her. I've heard everything I need to hear. She's not ready to marry me. Message received, weddings canceled. You canceled it? Yeah, venue, caterer, photographer, everything. Got the ring refunded too. Her jaw dropped. You can't do that without talking to her. Actually, I can. The deposits were from my account. The ring was purchased by me. All in my name. But she's been planning this wedding for months. She should have thought about that before asking for a hall pass. The messenger tried a few more tactics. Guilt, anger, bargaining. Told me I was throwing away something special. That my fiancé was going through something and needed support. That I was being selfish and immature. Tell her to lose my number, I said, and closed the door. Got a Facebook message that night from her mom. The mom had always liked me, so this was more diplomatic. I heard what happened. My daughter told me everything. I think you both need to talk this through calmly. She's very upset and confused. Can we meet for coffee? I actually replied to this one. With all due respect, your daughter told me she wasn't ready to marry me and wanted to date other people. I took her seriously. There's nothing to discuss. I wish her well. She's been crying for 3 days straight. She didn't mean she wanted to break up. She meant she wanted me to wait around while she tested the market. I'm not interested in being someone's backup plan. I'm sorry she's upset, but she made her choice. You're being very rigid about this. Relationships require flexibility and forgiveness. They also require respect. She didn't respect me enough to consider how her request would make me feel. Just expected me to accept it. She didn't respond after that. Meanwhile, I was dealing with the aftermath logistics. Some of our friends were mutual. Had to explain the situation multiple times. Most people were supportive once they heard the full story. A few thought I was being harsh. Dude, she probably just got scared, one buddy said. Girls freak out before weddings all the time. If she was scared, she could have said that. She specifically said she wanted to date other people. Not, I'm nervous. Or I need time. She wanted to shop around. Maybe you should have given her a few days to calm down. Maybe she should have thought before asking her fiancé to be okay with her sleeping with other guys. He dropped it after that. The weirdest part was how many people expected me to fight for her. To chase her, convince her, prove I was worth choosing. Like this was some romantic gesture on my part. But here's the thing. I'm 31 years old. Too old for games. If someone tells me they don't want to marry me, I believe them. I'm not going to beg someone to choose me. Got another message Friday night, unknown number, but clearly her. I know you're angry, but please just talk to me. I made a mistake. I didn't mean it the way it sounded. I love you. I want to marry you. Please give me a chance to explain properly. I didn't respond. Nothing to explain. She meant exactly what she said. She just didn't expect me to have self-respect about it. Update 2. 3 weeks later. Things escalated in ways I didn't expect. Apparently, she'd been telling people a very different version of events. My cousin called me. Hey, so I heard you called off the wedding because your fiancé asked for couples therapy? That's kind of extreme, man. Who told you that? Her aunt posted something on Facebook about how sad she was that you wouldn't work on the relationship. Cool. So now I was the villain who refused therapy. Had to message my family with the actual story. She didn't ask for couples therapy. She asked to date other people for a few months before the wedding. I said no and canceled everything. Just so we're all clear. My mom called immediately. She asked for what? Explained the whole conversation. Mom was pissed. That girl has some nerve. You did the right thing, honey. The misinformation campaign continued though. Her friends were spreading the story that I abandoned her during a mental health crisis. That I was controlling and inflexible. That she'd had one moment of doubt and I blew up the whole relationship. One of her friends confronted me at the grocery store. Literally cornered me in the produce section. You know she's been having panic attacks, right? Because of you? Because of me? Because you just disappeared, blocked her. She was trying to communicate her feelings and you punished her for it. She communicated that she wanted to date other men. I took her seriously. She was scared. She needed reassurance. She needed permission to cheat. I declined to provide that. It wouldn't have been cheating if you agreed. Exactly. And I didn't agree. So she'd have to choose, marry me or don't. She's mad I didn't give her a third option. This friend looked at me like I was crazy. You really don't see how cruel you're being? Cruel would be stringing her along, making her think we're getting married while she dates around, wasting more of her time and mine. She wanted honesty in the relationship. Great. I honestly don't want to marry someone who sees me as a backup plan. Super honest. She huffed and left. But the real entitlement showed up last weekend. I was at a bar with some buddies watching the game when she walked in. With a guy. They sat 2 tables away. She kept glancing over, clearly wanting me to notice. The guy was tall, decent looking, exactly the kind of guy you'd expect someone to explore their options with. My friends noticed. Bro, is that her? Yep. With another dude? Yep. That's cold. That's what she wanted. We went back to watching the game. But she wasn't done. 20 minutes later, she walked past our table to go to the bathroom. Stopped right next to me. Hi, I looked up. Hi, can we talk? I don't think your date would appreciate that. He's not my date. He's just a friend. Cool. She waited for me to say more. I didn't. So you're really just done? Not even going to hear me out? I heard you out 3 weeks ago. You made your position clear. I was confused. I made a mistake. Okay. Okay, that's all you have to say? What do you want me to say? You wanted to date other people. Now you're here with another guy. You're getting what you asked for. He's just a friend. I'm not dating him. Doesn't matter to me either way. We're not engaged anymore. Her eyes filled with tears. You're really going to throw away 3 years because I had one moment of doubt? You didn't have doubt. You had a whole plan. You'd talked to your therapist about it for weeks. This wasn't some spontaneous panic. It was a thought-out decision. I was wrong. Probably. But you still felt it. And now you're free to figure out what you actually want. What I want is you. 2 weeks ago, you wanted to date other people first. Can't have both. She was full on crying now. Her friend came over, looking uncomfortable. Everything okay here? He asked. We're fine, I said. She was just leaving. He led her away. My friends were staring. Dude, that was ice cold, one of them said. Was it? She brought a date to a bar she knew I'd be at. That's calculated. Think she was trying to make you jealous? Probably. Didn't work. Got a text later that night from another unknown number. You're a piece of garbage. She loved you and you threw her away like trash. You'll regret this when you're old and alone. Hope you're happy. Blocked it. But here's what got me. The sheer entitlement of expecting me to fight for her. She asked to date other people. I respected that choice by removing myself from the equation. Now she was mad I wasn't chasing her, wasn't begging her to come back. The cognitive dissonance was amazing. Final update, 5 weeks later. It's been over a month since the dinner that ended everything. Time for closure, I guess. She showed up at my apartment 2 weeks ago. Knocked for 10 minutes straight until my neighbor threatened to call the cops. Through the door, I know you're in there. Please just talk to me. I'm ready now. I want to marry you. I opened the door. She looked rough, makeup smeared, sweatpants, hair in a messy bun. The guy from the bar apparently lasted exactly 1 week before telling her he wasn't interested in anything serious. I'm ready to get married, she said. I worked through my issues. I know what I want now. It's you. It's always been you. That's great, I said. I'm happy you figured it out. So can we start planning again? I know we lost the deposits, but we can find new vendors. No, she stopped mid-sentence. What? I'm not marrying you. But I'm ready now. Good for you, I'm not. What does that mean? It means I spent the last month realizing I don't want to marry someone who sees me as a safety net, who needs to shop around to make sure she's getting the best deal. I don't see you that way. I made a mistake. You did, and I made a decision based on that mistake. I'm not going backwards. You're just being stubborn, punishing me. I'm being honest. You showed me how you think. I believe you. But I love you. Maybe you do, but you don't respect me, and I can't build a marriage on that. She started sobbing. Please don't do this. I'll do anything. I'll go to couples therapy, I'll sign a prenup. Whatever you want. I want someone who never doubted whether they wanted to marry me in the first place. That's not fair. Everyone has doubts. Sure, but everyone doesn't ask their fiancé for permission to date around. There's a line. Her mom called me the next day. The conversation went about how you'd expect. You're being incredibly cruel to my daughter. She admitted she was wrong. What more do you want? Nothing. I don't want anything from her. So you're just going to walk away from 3 years? She walked away when she asked to date other people. I just made it permanent. She was scared. She was being honest about her fears and you abandoned her. With respect, she wasn't scared of commitment. She was scared of settling. Big difference. You're going to regret this. Maybe. But I won't regret wasting more time on someone who wasn't sure they wanted me. She hung up. The mutual friends mostly picked sides. About 60-40 in my favor, which honestly was better than I expected. The ones who sided with her kept pushing the "he wouldn't forgive one mistake" narrative. The ones who got it understood this wasn't about forgiveness, it was about self-respect. Had one last encounter yesterday. Ran into her at a coffee shop. She was with the messenger. They were in line when I walked in. Saw them, almost left, decided I had just as much right to be there as they did. She didn't approach me, just stared. I ordered my coffee, waited at the other end. When my order came up, she was suddenly standing next to me. I'm seeing someone, she announced. Cool, he's a lawyer, very successful, treats me amazing. That's great, hope it works out. Bet you regret your decision now. I looked at her, really looked at her, saw the pain behind the bravado, the desperation for me to care. I don't, I said honestly. I hope you're happy, I really do. You don't mean that. I do, I'm not mad at you anymore. You did me a favor, actually. How? You showed me exactly who you are before we made a legal commitment. That's a gift. She didn't have a response. I grabbed my coffee and left. As for me, I'm okay. Not great, not terrible. Still processing everything. Sold my couch because she'd picked it out and I hated looking at it. Repainted the bedroom. Small changes that helped. Not dating yet. Not ready. But I'm not closed off to it either. Just taking time to reset. Learned a few things from this mess. 1. When someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time. 2. Self-respect isn't negotiable. 3. You can't compromise on fundamental relationship values. 4. Sometimes the trash takes itself out. Lost about $4,200 in deposits total. Worth every penny. That money bought me clarity and saved me from a marriage that would have ended badly anyway. She wanted to explore her options before committing. She's free to do that now, just not with me waiting around for her. People keep asking if I'll take her back if she keeps trying. The answer's no. Not because I'm stubborn or holding a grudge, because she fundamentally didn't respect me enough to consider how her request would make me feel. She just expected me to accept it. I deserved better than that. Took me 31 years to really understand that, but I got there. As for her, last I heard through mutual friends, the lawyer she was seeing lasted 2 weeks. Apparently she spent most of their dates talking about me. He got tired of it and ended things. She's back on the apps now. Still telling people I'm the one who got away. Still painting me as the bad guy who wouldn't forgive her one moment of weakness. Whatever helps her sleep at night. Me, I sleep fine, because I know I made the right call. She wanted to see what else was out there before settling for me. Now she gets to find out, just without me as a safety net. Sometimes the best revenge is just living well and letting people face the natural consequences of their choices. That's it. That's the whole story. Wedding that never happened, relationship that ended with one conversation and a month of dealing with the fallout. No dramatic confrontations, no epic revenge, just a guy who respected himself enough to walk away when someone showed him they didn't value him. And honestly, that's enough.